Hello, YouTube land. So, I wanna know, hey, so I wanna know. Baby, anything you say, I'll do. 'Cause I only wanna make you happy. From the bottom of my heart is true. Mine. Oh yeah. Nobody else can let you always try to hide it. Ooh, I don't believe in this. Oh, I see. Oh, oh, I'll take good care of you. And go. So I wanna know. Say I wanna know. And I wanna know. Oh, got the hiccups. So tell me what I gotta do to please you. Baby, anything you say, I'll do. 'Cause I only wanna make you happy. From the bottom of my heart is true. Tell me what I gotta do to please you. Baby, anything you say, I'll do. 'Cause I only wanna make you happy. From the bottom of my heart is true. I wanna know. I wanna know. I wanna know. Good morning. I wanna know. Hey. Y'all miss some Joe. Yes. Okay. Anyway. Shall we get it started in here? Yes. Let's get it started in here. We got special guests coming on at 9:30. We're going to get your morning revved up on this Thursday. You've made it past hump day. It's almost Friday. Woo woo. 443-506-7905. Free moving quotes, commercial and residential, full service moves, local and long distance. Make sure y'all share, tag, tell a friend, start a watch party, do whatever you gotta do. Get this up out there. I'm also live on YouTube. I'm also live on YouTube. Yay. Listen to a little J.S. Wire now for you all. Hey. Corruption information on what's happening in the G. Police department is another. Also, successful in the former inmates, such as myself. You know what it is? Celebrities. 4. Entertainment, real estate, and financial literacy. Make sure you visit us on our website at faithbsus.com. Our social media at faithbsus and on Facebook at faithbsus magazine. We are the voice of the voiceless. Faith versus us magazine. sis. It gets better, sis. What you tolerated in the beginning, you and your feelings. Want us to be different, it's kind of like this. You never ended. Brought it on yourself, he showed you who he was, now you stress. You can't change a man who just ain't putting on any feelings. I understand you lack in yourself and want attention. Want someone to give you what you ain't giving your inner being. Self-love is the best love. But you don't understand that, because you ain't self-love. Since the age of 5, abuse was affection. And in high school, they highlighted perfections. And everyone after that brought an erection. And your elders always told you to be patient. But nobody told you value yourself. They know your worth. You can't love nobody right if you ain't loving yourself. If you don't know how to treat you, don't expect someone else. We all broken from the past, but deserve happiness. And that's real love. We're always who we facing it is. Hard love, what the broken it is. It is medicine. Want the love, but it's harder to get. Cause these kings act like boys and men. It is medicine. But we're always who we facing it is. Hard love, what the broken it is. Cause these kings act like boys to men. It gets better, sis. Hold your head up, even though you're fed up. I'm facing the mirror, I'm loving myself. I'm happy with all my flaws. I'm earning my wealth. My imperfections and flaws is hidden so well. I dealt with the pain. I tasted the rain. No longer will I accept the negative shade. With life, the blessings I came with. Truth in the pudding, baby. I'm shedding light on this road. Royalty hold the crown. A real queen on the throne. Let them know. Place who we facing it is. One love of the broken tears. Good morning, Dr. Hall. It gets better, sis. Cause these kings act like boys to men. It gets better, sis. Hold your head up, even though you're fed up. All right, I'm getting ready to take y'all back a second, and hopefully, Facebook will let me be great while we do this, because this is the song right here, so y'all better get into it. That's all I gotta say. Y'all ready? Back in the day, let's go. Let's go. I've been watching you, hey, for so very long, trying to get the nerve built up to be so strong. I really want to meet you, but I'm kinda scared, cause you're the kind of lady with so much class. Get myself together the very next day, but when I see you lady, I forget what to say. Your eyes and hair, such a beautiful tone. The way you dress and walk, it really turns me on. Hey, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come and talk to me. Hey, I really wanna meet you. Can I talk to you? I wanna know. Can I talk to you? Oh, oh, there you are again, with the same smile each day. Hey, to make you feel this way. I wish I could grab you, tell you what it means to me. Ah, dream about you. I'm a single girl, I hope you are single too. Hey, something to set my mind free. Cause curiosity is bugging the hell out of me. Yeah. Oh, talk to me, baby. Oh, can I talk to you? Oh, I really wanna know. Ha! Can I talk to you? Oh, tell me your name. I wanna know. Can you talk to me? Can you talk to me? Oh, I really want. Y'all ready to say good morning? I'm ready to say good morning. Let's say good morning. Come on. Hey, and talk to me. I really want. I wanna know. Hey. You want to tell me your name? Good morning. We're back a little bit with Jodeci. We're going to come back a little bit later with something else to get y'all started. You're all ready? You about ready to say good morning? Let's say good morning, shall we?
Radio show live on WMSKOnlineRadio.com. We're talking just got better.
Here we go. 5. Hey. Here we go. 3. Yep. 2, 1. Good morning. Hey. Hey, y'all, you're all tuned into Lady Blue, for I am about to do something new, something true. I woke up this morning feeling like I want to dance. New day, new blessings. Live, learn lessons, answers, questions. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. Been through the fire, I'm a survivor. Satan even tried us, he didn't prosper. So much going on in the world, it won't stop us. Oh, we got faith.
Oh, my prayer warriors, pray.
Hey, this is what I gotta say. Lady Blue Radio Show is how you start your day. Hey, this is what I gotta say. Lady Blue Radio Show is how you start your day. Good morning. Woo! Ooh.
Get myself in.
Ooh.
And then I heard a voice saying,
ooh. You've been forgiven. Yes, you've been forgiven. And then the voice said, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Good morning. Y'all ain't ready for me. Not this morning. Come on with it. Yes, bring us in, Lady Beyonce. Ready? 2, here we go. Oh, hey. All right, I'll be on that song all day. Good morning, and good morning, everybody. It's me, it's your favorite blogger, it's your girl, Lady Blue. Yes, and I'm coming at you live, L-I-V-E, live on the home of Cheryl Underwood Morning Show, WMSKOnlineradio.com, where talk radio just got better. I'm on Facebook Live. I'm on YouTube. I'm in your ear. Make sure you download that free app from the WMSKOnlineradio.com website. Just click on it, download it. If you can't sit in front of the computer, you can pick me up and you can take me with you and catch the whole entire show. We got a special guest that's calling in. Dr. Chambers Harris will be calling us. I can't wait for y'all to hear this because, you know, everybody talk about healthy hair, good hair, all that good stuff. We're going to talk to a lady who has revolutionized the hair care industry. So I cannot wait for that phone call. Beyond all of that, I didn't even say it in my windy voice. How you doing? Okay, we getting it started. We getting up and ready. We getting rolling. It's a beautiful day outside. It's a beautiful day every day. You wake up, you take that first breath, and you're able to say, thank you. Thank you for letting me be here. We do have some birthdays today while I am waiting for my special call-in guest. So let me get them birthdays out of the way. Our boy, Mr. Raji Taylor. Raji, happy birthday, my man. Alan J. Upshur, Mr. Goso. Get out and stay out, okay? Happy birthday, my friend. Richard Curran Kelly and Jasmine Lee. Happy birthday. If you're celebrating a birthday, anniversary, new birth, party, anything that you're celebrating, happy birthday to you. Happy anniversary, happy born day, all that good stuff from Lady Blue. Enjoy it well, and enjoy it legally. Okay, thank you very much. I prefer you enjoy it legally because I would like to see you back here to enjoy it with me. All right. Beyond all of that fun stuff, how is everybody? I am loving life. I am enjoying everything that's going on. I do want you all to make sure that you follow the Lady Blue Positive page as well as the Lady Blue Talk Radio group and the Lady Blue Radio Show. There is a lot that is going on both of those pages. We do our best to keep up with everything that's going on positive in the world, and there is a lot of positivity that is going on. I do have some very, very unique stories to share with you all. I don't want to get started on these stories and then get cut off because I don't want y'all mad at me. I really don't, because the first story I have to share is a beautiful, beautiful story, and it has to do with it's called, travel around the world. That's what I'm calling it. His ashes made it to Florida. Okay, so basically what this story is that one of the owners of a hotel in Florida, her name is Judy. She was walking on the beach and cleaning up the junk that washed onto the shore and finds a bottle with a message in it. There's also some sand and two $1 bills in the bottle. So once they get it open and read the notes, they find out that it's not sand, but it's the ashes of a woman's husband of 70 years named Gordon. She writes that he loved to travel, so she sent him traveling in a bottle with a note and money for someone to call home and tell her where he landed. So he started in Big Pine Key in March of 2012, and then went to, see, I told you I'd get cut off. Did I lie? Come on now. We'll get back to that story, though. Good morning. It's Lady Blue. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, this is Isfahan.
Good morning. We have been waiting for you, Miss Ma'am. How you doing?
Oh, thank you. I'm doing well. How are you?
Awesome. I am doing awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all sit back, get your notepads out because you're about to learn something about hair care, okay? And we're going to let Dr. Chambers Harris take it over. Ma'am, tell everybody a little bit about you and what you got going on, and then we'll get into the little Q&A. And trust me, you'll have fun answering these questions.
Sure. So thank you so much for inviting me. My name is Dr. Isfahan Chambers Harris, and we have created a product line called Meridian Hair Care. And it started because, like so many women out there, I struggled with hair breaking hair from years of chemical straighteners.
Right.
So what I decided to do was to utilize my chemistry background as a PhD level scientist to create a full line of organic, all natural products that it works for all hair types, but we really focus on texture hair.
Okay.
And what makes us different is that because I am a scientist, I understand that the root of hair health starts at the scalp. So our products actually nourish the scalp follicle, and as well as moisturize and strengthen the hair strand. So we basically create the perfect environment for healthy hair to grow. grow with our products.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Now you did mention in their PhD, you do have, and I'm just looking at, what I read over, that you earned your Bachelor of Science degree in biology from University of New York, Medgar Evers, in 2004. Yes. You went on to complete your PhD, which you just mentioned, in biomedical science at the Cardiovascular Research Institute at Morehouse School of Medicine in Atlanta. Now, that the cardiovascular is a little far cry from your scalp. So, so how do you get that to mesh with doing hair care?
Yeah, that's a good question. So a lot of times, people, I get that question all the time, but what people fail to realize is that cardiovascular and the bloodstream and hair care are very much related.
Okay. So
the nutrients that you're getting that are actually going to the follicle are what inside your blood.
Okay.
And like I said, we're highly focused on scalp health. Okay. So my cardiovascular background is understanding how nutrients flow through the body and things of that nature, as well as just, understanding chemistry and biology on a whole. Being a PhD level scientist has really aided in the creation of the product.
Okay. All right. Now, continuing on with your education, because you've been to a couple schools here. You did your postdoctorate. Yeah, you did your postdoctoral fellowship at Vanderbilt School of Medicine. Now, this says conducting research on the autoimmune disease scardosis. I always say this wrong. Scardosis. Thank you. All right, thank you, because my tongue was getting ready to just jump out my face there. And then you went on and completed your Master's of Public Health degree presently, and you are a Presidential Science, Technology, Engineer, and Math Fellow at the National Institute of Health in Bethesda. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Just school everywhere. Love it. Now, you said you began your journey with this and, with the fact of, breakage and dry hair and things like that. Why? Because like myself, I stopped using relaxers over 7-8 years ago. And I noticed a complete change in my hair. So now I'm, totally into natural hair care and things like that. But you bring up an interesting point of how blood flow contributes to this. So can you dive just a little bit more into that? Because I that's kind of an interesting point to me.
Yeah, so as far as blood flow is concerned, the only living part of your hair is actually in your follicles. So these are the parts of your hair that we can't see. So what we're seeing are actually dead. It's just, fibers, right? Fibers. But the reason why this is so important is because you want to ensure that the hair that's coming out of your scalp each and every month, you're making it as healthy as possible. And how you do that is through the nutrients that you eat, as well as just the water that you're drinking. Mm-hmm. And those nutrients are brought to your molecule through your bloodstream. Okay. So that's why it's so important. Even though I'm a product producer, mm-hmm. I understand that health and your wellness and what you eat trumps all products. Right. So you really need to have a healthy diet that consists of fruits and vegetables, drinking your water every single day, so that your follicle, the living part of your hair, is actually being nourished, so that when it comes out as the hair that we see on our head, it's healthy. So that, products like mine, Alokia hair care, are just nourishing it and moisturizing and strengthening the hair that's already healthy. You don't want to have hair coming out of your roots, your scalp that's unhealthy. Right. Because then that leads you down a path of the healthy hair that's breaking and damaged and things of that nature. Okay. So that's why it's so important to kind of pair the products that you're using with a healthy diet. Okay. Well, that makes perfect sense to me. Now, I noticed that Alodia started in your kitchen. Where most good hair care products start is in the kitchen. Okay. But how long you started a while ago, and now you're doing this. You've tested your products. You've seen the results. How did the name Alodia come up? Yeah, so actually, my first name is Isfahan, and my middle name is Alodia. So I know my parents were just reaching with these unusual names. But I always loved Alodia because Alodia is near Ethiopia. And I just love the royalness of it because I feel that, the African continent doesn't get its just due. A lot of those beauty companies, we tend to take our raw materials from the continent of Africa, such as marula oil and all these exotic ingredients, but we fail to recognize what the role that of Africa plays. So, I just wanted to call it a rhodium because I feel like our products, our ingredients come a lot from the continent of Africa, and just the royalness of the history of Rhodia being this ancient Ethiopian kingdom. I know it fits my product line perfectly.
Okay. Bring it as close to home as possible. I love it. I love it. Now, it says that you, in addition to your hair care, you're also creating skin care, baby care, and other quality products. Do you, I know sometimes, we're in a day and age where people have allergies to everything. So like, do you use like nuts or anything like that in your products, or are you making products some with, some without?
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I didn't really hear the allergy. Are you saying like nut allergy?
Yeah, nut allergies.
Yeah, that's a good point. I get a lot of customers asking me for that. So we are in the process of creating products right now that will be nut free. We do have one product in our line, our organic black soap wash, which particularly works for people that have itchy, dry scalp or type of eczema, psoriasis. It works amazingly well. That product is nut free. But I would say in the pipeline in the next 2 months, because I am getting feedback from my customers, we will be coming out with about 2 or 3 hair care products. And then also, with me coming out with my baby line and skincare line in the future, that's definitely something that I will be taking into consideration.
Okay, awesome. Now, like I said, you've got a lengthy history. We just combed through school. We've been in your kitchen now, and we know where Elodia came from, and all this. But you also have a passion for philanthropy and humanitarian issues. So speak a little bit on that, because you align yourself with nonprofits who deal with causes and diseases that kind of resonate and match what it is that you're on a mission to do in helping those in need around the world. So speak a little bit on your philanthropy.
Yes, I live in Maryland now. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised. And, growing up in that urban environment, I wasn't really exposed to people that looked like me that were PhD level scientists or CEOs of beauty brands. So one of our main missions is to help the next generation of particularly women, because I understand that there's a disparity in the STEM community, the science, technology, engineering community.
Right.
So helping those girls that have an affinity for science, and showing them that you can be young, you can be black or a person of color, you can attain the highest education level, and you can also own a full beauty brand. So we partner with many different nonprofits within the DC area as well as in New York City to just mentor young women and young people in general that come from disadvantaged backgrounds. And then in addition, like you talked about, I'm very passionate about diseases that I studied while I was, studying in my training, becoming a PhD level scientist.
Right.
So helping with cancer, breast cancer survivors, because of course, not only having cancer is traumatic, but also losing your hair is traumatic. So just letting them understand the process of what's going on with your hair, why it's growing out. So I come to many different nonprofits that service the breast cancer community.
Okay, that is awesome. Now, I love how you mix not just the adult community, but you also mix in the youth, because the youth are important. They're our future. They're our next generation. They're our legacy. We're building our legacies for them. The one thing, because you and your husband Rashad Dupree Harris are parents of twin toddlers. That's got to be fun.
And I think that Biden might have been a little old, because now they're 6. I'm pregnant with our 3rd child.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, congratulations. Well, twins is twins, and wow. Okay, I just have to say wow. But the one thing I do want to touch on just a little bit is, your philanthropy and your passion and those things like that. I love how you combine those two. I want to speak on the breast cancer and the the growing the hair after chemo. And I just want to take it a little step further because I deal with domestic violence and domestic violence victims. Okay. So looking at them and looking at how many of them don't find themselves worthy of beauty. They don't find themselves to be beautiful. They don't find that they have time or need for anything that would help them to feel beautiful. This right here, if any of you are victims and you're listening to me, here is another nugget of proof that your beauty is worth your time. If you can, if this woman can take the time to make a product in her kitchen, bring it out. I'm sure it's not in your kitchen anymore, but bring it out and share it with those who are going through cancer. Okay, losing their hair, losing because for us women, us African American women, we tend to see our hair as our crown. Our kind of our glory piece, okay? Some of us, we have short hair, and some of us can do without hair, and some of us prefer to have the bald head. We get you. We love you. You wear it well. But for most of us, our hair is our crown. So I think this is another level of showing those who are going through traumatic situations that you can be beautiful. So I appreciate you for that. I really do.
Oh, thank you.
I do appreciate that. And then the fact that you're working with the youth that are interested in science and technology. Now, when you're working within the STEM field and you're showing the youth this, are you taking them step by step, or are you just taking them through like one distinct thing and showing them this process is going to get you to this? How are you working that in the STEM program?
Yes, so I mentor some young ladies as well as I'll go talk to nonprofits, just letting them know, because a lot of our youth, they tend to think of science as you're in some hole somewhere working on some experiment, like this is crazy mad science, So like a lot of young women, they're like, I don't want to do that kind of profession.
Right.
So what I like to show them is an alternative. So you can be in the lab, which is extremely cool, and you're contributing to the population with diseases and things of that nature, or take it another route, which is what I did, and go into beauty. So if you have, and a lot of our young girls, they love fashion and beauty and things like that, but they don't understand that, or they're not exposed, should I say, that a lot of those different things, such as maybe making clothes, the dyes that make the clothes, or the components that go into the lipstick that they love, it has a scientific component to it. And like you can utilize your science background, especially if you have a love for it, with your own background. So I like to show our young people alternatives to science, technology, engineering, and math. And it's really taking a hold. Last year we did a STEM award, our first STEM award to college level women, and just acknowledging them and letting them know that there's a support system out there. So we're definitely trying to branch out. We're only 2 years in business, but as Melodia grows, that's something that I'm extremely passionate about, and it's going to grow as well.
Okay, awesome. And getting into that natural realm, a lot of people, I myself, I'm venturing over into the natural realm myself, and I'm watching a whole lot of different things. And I've also learned a lot of different things, but you have, you have a lot of people that will put out there that they're doing this natural and they're doing that natural. What would be your advice to those who are just getting started looking into the natural process? Because it's one thing to quit using a relaxer, okay? It's one thing to stop picking up the blow dryer and the curling iron and the straight iron. It's one thing to stop all of that. But then it's another thing, I believe you mentioned earlier, when you're actually taking care of your hair, which means taking care of your scalp, which that I understand, because without a healthy scalp, you don't have healthy hair. But what was the transition like for you going from, chemical to natural?
Yeah, so it was hard for me. I had no concept of how to do it, and I just had to rely on my education and understand the science of hair to really, really have my hair thriving. Because I had really damaged hair. If anyone wants to see, they can check it out on my website, melodiahaircare.com. I did a blog on it where my hair was really damaged and now it's thriving. So it does take a little bit of energy to kind of research. But the good thing is that with my company, Melodia Hair Care, we kind of take the guesswork out of it. So you don't have to be a scientist or, waste time, because people are busy, waste time to research and understand about, organic ingredients and natural hair care and that type of thing. Our products basically do it for you. So, like if you want to wear a washing go, for example, the popular kind of natural look, you can get our washing go kit. And the kit comes with the 4 products you need, as well as an easy step-by-step guide. So we're streamlining, the whole wash, condition, and style process, and hopefully taking the guesswork out of having healthy hair. So, if you don't have any to kind of do the research and look at the toxic ingredients that are usually in our products, you can just go to our website and pick up one of our kits, because we've done the research for you.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, are your kits? You said they're all good for all textured hair. So I myself, I have twists / dreadlocks, so to speak.
Okay.
So do your products work for that?
So you said you have locks?
I have locks.
Yes. So we're actually making a lock kit that's coming out at the end of July. I'm really excited about it because I get so many questions from people that have locks, like, what products do you have for me? We're coming out with an actual lock kit, and it'll come with the shampoo that you need, a styler, as well as a leave-in conditioner and the oil. Right now, currently, for lock wearers, we have a scalp and hair oil that works really, really well for locks. But like I said, in 3 weeks, we're coming out with a lock kit.
Sweet. Awesome. Now, one more question I want to ask about scalp, because this is just, for my own personal knowledge, but all y'all take notes, like I said. Scalp care, because I have, I'm kind of like that mix of hair where the crown of my head is thick, but then everything else is thin, like a thinner. And then, of course, the famous kitchen. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's the nape of your neck, where it seems that everything just bunches up and doesn't want to do what it's supposed to do. So, and I've been told, now I'm sure you can debunk this myth. If you put too much oil on your scalp, then you don't allow hair growth. So what's your take on that?
So I always say that all oils are not created equal. So, and what I mean by that is thick oil, thick butters, like a thick oil would be like castor oil. Or thick butters like steak butter and things like that. I definitely agree that those should not go on your scalp, because that hair that's coming out of the follicle that we talked about a little earlier, if your scalp is like laden with butter and oil and the natural oil that your hair produces, it's hard for that little hair to get out of your scalp.
Okay.
So by the time it finally gets out, it's damaged.
Right.
You don't want that.
Okay.
But with my hair oil, because I understand that, I've created a hair oil that actually uses oil that penetrates the scalp and penetrates the hair strand, so it's not sitting on top. So the main oil that I love to use is avocado oil. It's an amazing oil for both your skin and your hair, and it actually penetrates. So it's nourishing and strengthening the hair strand from within, and it's also helping with scalp health. So with our hair and scalp oil, we use avocado oil, we use jojoba, which is like the natural oil that the scalp is called sebum. Jojoba is exactly like sebum. And then there's a bunch of different essential oils like lavender, cedarwood, rosemary, and thyme, which are scientifically known to help with hair growth. So like I said, we integrate a lot of science within our products.
Okay. Now, here I'm going to ask you this, because as y'all can tell, the beauty industry is huge, and it's not going anywhere. Okay. Whether you walk down the runway or, you're doing, the makeup at a funeral home, the beauty is not going anywhere. Okay. So let me ask you this question, because oils seem to be all out there. And I remember when olive oil was a craze for black hair. Is that good or bad? Is olive oil good or bad?
Oh, and olive oil good or bad? It depends. Like if you're using a lot of olive oil, and it's not mixed in with different carrier oils, like maybe a lighter oil like almond or something like that, it could cause a little bit of buildup, but olive oil is a good oil. But I like to mix it with lighter oil, so that you're not getting a lot of buildup.
Okay. Now, what about all the craze for argan oil and Moroccan oil? What's that craze about?
Yeah, so argan oil, Moroccan oil, like I said, all oils are not created equal. Some can penetrate some can sit on top of the hair strand. So a lot of times you see argan oil, marula oil, Moroccan oil being used as like a style finisher, meaning that it adds gloss to the hair because those oils actually sit on top.
Okay.
That's the type of oil that they are. So I like to use like the argan oil, marula oil, rapeseed oil in my stylers because I want my hair to have a sheen, a natural sheen to it.
Okay. Now, jojoba oil I kind of know about because that's good for skin as well as for hair. Why? What is the property of that makes it so good for hair and skin?
I'm sorry, what was the oil that you said?
Jojoba.
You said jojoba? I can't.
No, jojoba oil.
You said coconut oil? I can't. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's talk about coconut oil. I'll get back to jojoba oil. Yeah, let's talk about coconut oil because coconut is big right now as well. A lot of people are using it externally, internally, all this stuff. So what's good or bad about coconut oil?
So coconut oil, I actually love coconut oil. It's one of those oils that can penetrate as well as sit on top. So it's like the best of both worlds. So you get the nourishment of it penetrating, but it also can give you some sheen. But I have been hearing things going around that people have coconut oil sensitivities, which that's understandable. I think sometimes people hear it from an authority figure on YouTube, and then they kind of take it and run with it
Right.
a little bit. But scientifically, when I look at coconut oil on its face, it's an amazing oil. But I know that there's a lot of people out there that say, "Oh, I have a coconut oil sensitivity. I don't want it in my products anymore." And it's because maybe a YouTuber that is very well known spread this around. So they're listening to them.
Okay. You can watch YouTube, but make sure you do your research. We keep telling everybody, do your research. If you do your research, then you know for yourself and stop taking everybody's word for it. Okay, so let's move on down the oil line. We've done almond oil. What is almond oil good for?
Almond oil is a really good oil. Once again, it can penetrate as well as sit on top. I like it because it's a lighter oil. So avocado oil can be a bit. I won't say it's thick, but it's thicker than almond oil.
Okay.
So I like to mix my almond with my avocado oil to just once again make it so that it's not causing buildup.
Okay.
And that's what you'll see with our oil products. It doesn't cause buildup because I am mixing lighter oils with heavier oils.
Okay.
It's like a perfect oil.
Okay, and you mentioned a lot of other essential oils, which to me are more like that aromatherapy thing, like lavender and lemon oil and cardamom and all the those to me are more like scent things that.
They're scents, but they also contain properties that actually aid in hair growth.
Okay.
So we do use them for scenting our products, but there's also a deeper reasoning for using them as well, particularly with my product line.
Okay.
Because I know rosemary, for instance, it works really well for stimulating that follicle for hair growth.
Okay. Because now a lot of hair care products also carry like menthol or peppermint or something in the mint category. So is it a good idea if you're cleansing your scalp to use something like that that's going to open your open your pores and the follicles in your head? Is that a good thing?
Yeah, I definitely believe that, and it's shown in the scientific literature as well. It not only opens up your pores, like I know it's going to give you that tingly feeling, but it's also, once again, cardiovascular, bringing blood flow to the scalp because that tingling is helping to bring more blood flow to your follicles. So indirectly, it's helping with hair growth. So with our products, we use a lot of spearmint and peppermint, within our products. But I will warn this because I see this with some of my customers. If you are going to try to do it yourself, like adding peppermint oil is very strong essential oil. You need to understand how to dilute it. Like don't just kind of put that on your scalp because you can burn yourself and cause irritation. You have to dilute it in like what we call carrier oil, like almond or olive.
Okay, y'all got that? Diluted. Don't just drop it on your head and think it's gonna work. Okay.
Yes. The same thing with tea tree oil. I had a client, because I do here in scalp consults, and I had a client that put tea tree oil on her scalp. She just broke out and had all these pores over her head.
Wow.
You really have to understand how to dilute it.
Wow. Okay, we could could go down the oil line because, you know, there's things like carrot oil and the other oil, maybe you can hear me now, is jojoba oil.
Yes.
Okay.
Jojoba oil is amazing because, like I was saying, it is the actual oil of your scalp. We produce the oil called sebum, and jojoba oil is very much like that. And it's actually not really an oil. We think of it as a plant wax.
Okay.
Kind of waxy.
Okay.
But it's a breathable wax, so it's not going to cause buildup on your scalp.
Okay. All right. Because I also know that is also oil that's really good for skin as well. Now,
Yes.
you know, we could go down the oil category from here until sunset because there's a whole lot of different oils that are out there. But I would, you know, if not finding it on your website, which I posted on the Lady this Facebook Live, and it'll also be on the Lady Blue Talk Radio Group page. But for people to just, if you're going to start your natural hair care journey, do some research. I'm going to say that. Do some research. Don't just stop and then think everything's gonna be hunky-dory with the first thing you put in your head. Because sometimes you have to, you know, like kind of seek and destroy to find out what it is that's gonna work in your hair. And that's one thing that I've done because I've tried just about everything in this head. And everything don't work. Okay, even though it says it's for black hair and it's for this kind of hair, and your hair may not be that hair that needs that product. Because another thing, and this being my last question before we get into it, another thing is a lot of products carry not just water, but alcohol. Why is alcohol bad? Tell everybody why alcohol is bad in a hair care product.
That's a great question. So there are different types of alcohol, but like wine alcohol, those are the bad alcohol. But you also have fatty alcohol, right? Fetal alcohol, and I don't want to get too science, right, guys, but fetal is spelled CETYL, and then alcohol, or cereal alcohol. Those are actually good alcohols for your hair. So I think before you just all alcohol, I hear this all the time. Just do a quick Google search for good alcohol for hair care products and bad alcohol. And there are drying oils and drying alcohols that are very, very bad for your hair, but there are fatty alcohols that are amazing for your hair. So hopefully that clears it up.
That does clear it up because that, you know, that gives me a whole new outlook because I was told to just stay away from any product that has alcohol in it, but that's kind of hard to do because a lot of them have it. But now knowing that, you know, cetyl may be beneficial versus any, you know, another type of alcohol. Of course, you're not going to use rubbing alcohol. Let's just be real, okay? You're not going to put 70, 90% rubbing alcohol on your hair. You're just not going to do that. But, you know, but that does clear up a lot. And I do appreciate that because you've answered a couple of questions that I've had because I deal with dry scalp. That's just it, point blank, plain and simple. I deal with dry scalp and it gets buggy after a certain amount of time because it's like, okay, what else could I possibly put on my head that's going to stop this? But ever since I went natural and my scalp is now breathing because I'm not putting all sorts of stuff on it, there's a difference. So I appreciate you for, you know, opening up and letting us hear about the different things, you know, especially in oils, because I don't think we as Black women understand all the oils. We want to go natural and we'll just, you know, grab anything that says natural. Not all of you, but, you know, some of us will just grab anything that says natural and think it's natural without really researching the product. So I do appreciate, you know, your research, all of that.
Thank you so much. And I would love to send you products because I see so many clients that have dry scalp or what we call scalp dermatitis, like inflammation of the scalp. We have products that work for it. So I would love offline to send you some products that I'm confident is going to take away the dry scalp.
Okay, well, awesome, and thank you. I will reach out to you, or you can reach out to me because I'm all over social media, so you can't miss me, okay? But I do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. We got to learn how it came about. We've got, you know, a little bit of history on you. You know, your schooling is just amazing. All of the places that you've been to learn and to get all of this knowledge. And just, you know, thank you for just, you know, being another groundbreaker in the line of, you know, African American hair care, because, you know, there's so many products out there that say it's for our hair when it's really not. So I really do appreciate I really do appreciate the work you're doing, not just in hair care, but also in your philanthropy and also in all, in partnering with nonprofits and talking to our youth in the STEM program. Just, those things are important, and I do appreciate you for all you do.
Well, thank you so much. And if I can tell your audience, where they can find us at, if that's okay?
That was going to be my next question, is tell everybody where they can find you. Yes, please.
Yes. So our website is www.alodia. Alodia is spelled A-L-O-D as in dog, I-A, hair. So all one word, alodiahaircare.com. And then we're also on social media, Instagram and Facebook, Alodia Hair Care, as well as YouTube. So if you need like tutorials or if you need just to understand the nutrients that you need for your hair, I do a lot of different YouTube videos at Alodia Hair Care.
Okay, I know what I'm going to be watching while I'm at work this weekend. Okay. During my break, I know where I'm going to be. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I really, really do. And I want to thank you for taking the time out to share, part of your day, share part of your knowledge, and, give us a little insight into hair care and the things that we can do and understanding the oils and all these other things just a little bit more, because every little piece of knowledge helps. And, just to run out there and just do and think you're all natural. Now you got a little bit of education. Everything takes a little bit of education before you go jumping in at both feet and thinking you know everything. So I do appreciate you. I don't want to sit here and call you doctor, but I'm kind of leaning that way. But, I just really, truly, pronounce your first name again for me.
Isfahan.
Isfahan. I love that. I love that. But what's the meaning of Isfahan?
Isfahan is actually a city in Iran.
Okay, come on, y'all. Her whole name is like Nation, National, International. And then just slapped on a little American on the end with Chambers Harris. Okay, so, but it's all good. Isfahan, thank you so much for being a part of the Lady Blue Radio Show and sharing with us. I shared your website. I will make sure your information is up on the Lady Blue Talk Radio group. I appreciate you for all you do. And I'm sure between all your husband and your kids and everybody else, they probably told you, but I'm going to tell you from Lady Blue, I love you.
Oh, thank you so much. I love you too, Lady Blue.
All right.
Thank you so much for welcoming me.
No problem. We will keep in touch, or you can go straight through Lamore, and Lamore will give you my information, and then we can, get together and talk about these things off air.
Okay, great.
All right. Have a blessed day, Isfahan. All right.
You too.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
All right, y'all. Y'all got your little hair care lesson today, and I hope you took some notes, or you're going to be watching this video over and over and over again, just so you can get all those good little tidbits. I just learned something in terms of hair care for my hair. I hope you all learned something, because these are all things that we see and we use and we hear about every day, and that the fact that she's taking the time to to learn it and to put it out there so that it's benefiting not just her and her family, but it's benefiting you. Okay, you've learned something about your hair, you've learned something about oils, you've learned something about your skin, how your cardiovascular system plays into your skin care. Come on, y'all. We all learn something here. Okay, drink your water. Okay, I got my water. Drink your water. And one thing I have learned about water is, do your research on pH, do your research on alkalization, do your research on the acidity in your water, because you will be surprised that alkaline is what your body needs. I have been watching this show on Netflix called Health, and it's just breaking down all these different variants of how the mind and the body, they work in sync with each other, okay? Especially when it comes down to when you have an illness or when you think you're sick, hypochondriacs, when you think you're sensitive to certain things, when you think how your body plays into all these things and how your body defends itself. So it's another way for you to learn about your body going natural. Netflix is also a wealth of knowledge. I tend to watch a lot of the documentaries that are on there, but watch Health. It's called Health. It talks about everything from meditation, yoga, plant-based healthcare, all of these different things that, because we as human beings are taking in a lot more processed food. And we've got to stray away from that because we're filling our bodies with chemicals. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. There are some things that I still like, but ever since going through the changes that I've been through the last 2 years, a lot of what I used to eat, I can't eat anymore. And to me, even though I may look at it and go, dang, I can't eat that. To me, that's a benefit because it allows me and it forces me to look for something that's better for my body. And I would rather have that and have that little extra 2, 3, 4 years tacked on to the end of my life than to keep eating processed food and chemicals and names I can't pronounce and putting things on. Yeah, okay. As I take my sip of water because I need it because I've been talking. Anyway, it's just, learn about your body, folks, because it's yours. Take care of it. And you know what? If you don't get from elodiahaircare.com, I'm telling you, for me, those of you who know me and have seen me, you know that Beautiful Blue is my small business. I'm all about skincare and healthcare. I'm all about your beauty from the inside out. Because when you feel good on the inside, you look good on the outside and it shows, okay? So why not enhance it just a little bit with some makeup or great lotion or great, a little bit of lipstick will take a girl a long way. Mascara will just make you feel like you just got the best eyes in the world. Although these are the little things that can make a woman feel great. And fellas, we have not left you out because we got skincare for you too, as well as perfumes and colognes. Okay, anyway. Beautiful Blue, where you can come and discover the beautiful in you. We're going to go to commercial break here, and we're going to pay the piper and come back, and we're going to go back into some of the positive stories on the Lady Blue Positive page, but we're also going to talk about a couple of issues that popped up this week that I think we really need to hit on. So y'all don't go anywhere. Keep it locked. I'm going to throw another throwback at you because we started off with Jodeci. I'm going to take you on to another song that's going to ask you to just, talk to me. Okay? So keep it here. Keep it locked. We are the home of the Cheryl Underwood Morning Show, and this is Lady Blue of the Lady Blue Radio Show, LIVE live on WMSKOnlineradio.com, where talk radio just got better. Keep it locked. Oh. All right, y'all ready? Because like I said, I got another throwback, but y'all just got to keep it locked. Hey, Akila. Woo.
MSKOnlineradio.com. Commercial free 24/7.
It's your man DJ Five-Star the General, aka Mr. B More STEM, and you tuned in to Lady Blue Radio Show live on WMSKOnlineradio.com. Talk radio just got better. Pay attention, man.
Picasso Cuts Barbershop, located 7171 Security Boulevard, Baltimore, Maryland 21244. Men, women, and kids, we do it all with a professional master barber to serve you. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. Please contact 410-944-CUTS. That's 410-944-5889. Please tell them WMSPOnlineradio.com sent you. Hey, this is your friendly neighborhood diva, Sin Diva, and you are listening to the Lady Blue Show. live on WMSKRadio.com. Talk radio just got better.
Oh, I told y'all we was going back. Hey. So was I, and I, hey, now I build up my confidence, and next time you come my way, hey, can we talk for a minute? Where's my boy Jersey Sean at? Talk for a minute. To know your name. To reach out and see you. And just like a baby, I could not talk. Get it right. Would say we talk for a minute. Now I want to know your name. Can we talk for a minute? Hey. Come on and talk for a minute. I wanna know your name. Talk to me for a minute. Come on and talk for a minute. Say I wanna know. I wanna know. Come on and talk for a minute. Say I wanna know. I wanna know. Yeah. Come on, let's talk for a minute. Say, I wanna know. I want to know your name. Talk to me for a minute. Come on, let's talk for a minute. Hey, oh. Yes, took y'all back there for a second. Love some Tevin Campbell. Yes, y'all got Jodeci and Tevin Campbell. Stop it.
all types of books.
Stop it. Yes, and I'm gonna be playing Mesa. I had the opportunity to meet Mesa. Y'all gonna listen to a little bit of Mesa before we get into our last half hour of the show. Love it. Mesa, if you're listening, love you, love your voice. Thank you for all your contributions and everything you do. You have the sweetest personality ever. Baltimore girl right there. Thank you.
So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography, and want to get it published, call Page Publishing now for your free author submission kit. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call.
Call now, 800-219-8262. 800-219-8262. 800-219-8262.
Hey.
That's 800-219-8262.
Got a little bit of native sons up in here. Here we go. Oh. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Zahir. That's where I'm from. Hey. Oh, say, can you see where I'm from? Where I'm from? Where I'm from. Thank you, Zahir. I am doing my best, my friend. We had a awesome first hour. Awesome. I didn't just sing everybody. I sing to everybody, but you know, you got Jodeci, you got Tevin Campbell. What more do you need? Yes. Now, if I get my boy Jersey Sean in here, then y'all would have. Yes.
That's in the song. Yo, it's Jonathan Celestin, and you are listening to the Lady Blue Radio Show live on WMSKOnlineRadio.com. Talk radio just got better.
I told y'all I was going to give you a little bit of Mesa. So just sit back, relax, and listen to Deep Waters with Incognitos featuring Mesa.
And there's no Is it a dream that I'm throwing in the wishing well? I'm losing control, body and soul. I'm standing here waiting for a train to make a vertical. I saw the signs of red cover. I should have said come love. The boy you call me, dreaming, dreaming. If there were times you come around and we agree to be friends, tell me who's fool. Deep water, I'm drowning. Deep water, so it's drowning. Deep water, I'm drowning. Deep water, so it's drowning. Deeper. Have failed me before. What do I do when I'm feeling so blue? There's no place for me to run and hide. So the sun is on your smile and wish for more. It just go wild. It's for you, for me, dreaming, dreaming. A giant step into the dawn. We could cross into the wind. Tell me who's
You gotta love some Mesa. I'm telling you.
The views and opinions that are expressed on WMSK
right,
Online Radio.
We're about to get in and get in fast, so y'all keep up with me.
And not necessarily those of this station. It's management, hosts, or advertisers. The shows founded on WMSKOnlineRadio.com can't promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or personal practice. These shows are for entertainment only. Thanks for listening.
All right, peoples, we are back. We are live. We are right here in studio. Lady Blue on the home of Cheryl Underwood Morning Show, WMSKOnlineRadio.com, where talk radio just got better. Make sure you're following www.WMSKOnlineRadio.com. Join our mailing list for updates, events, shows, and more. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at WMSK Online Radio, and make sure you use the hashtag WMSK Rhyme. Also, make sure you have Urban Reality News right in your hand. That's State versus Us magazine, your official source to the streets from prison, highlighting high-profile cases, corruption in the police department, government, the prison system, wrongful convictions, and success stories of the formerly incarcerated. So if you or someone you know have a story to tell, want to feature our ad space, please email stateversususmag@gmail.com. That's stateversusmag@gmail.com. And you can also get your print and order your, you can pre-order issue number 4, which is in editing right now, at stateversususmag.com. Keep up with this magazine because it's making leaps and bounds, ladies and gentlemen, and it is in places you don't think that it's in, and it is making its mark. So get State versus Us magazine in your hand. A couple other things real quick before I jump into these last few hot topics. August 31st, mark it down, 11 a.m. is when boarding begins for Voyage in Blue, the benefit cruise benefiting 50 Shades of Blue Baltimore domestic stories of survival here in Baltimore. It's a lunch buffet aboard the Spirit of Baltimore. Tickets are $65 and attire is all blue. You must book your ticket at this price before August 28th, and you can reach out to me either on social media or you can call 443-579-5401 or email 50shadesofbluebaltimore@gmail.com. Boarding begins at 11. That ship will leave its dock, and if you live here in Baltimore, you know if you are not in that line and on that boat when it gets ready to leave, you short, okay? But the proceeds of this benefit luncheon will go to benefit the 5th annual conference coming up in October. There will be a raffle, a surprise announcement, and more. So come on, join us, get on board, have some fun, come celebrate with us because we're celebrating life. If you have come out of a traumatic situation, if you are a survivor of intimate partner violence, if you want to celebrate your anniversary, your birthday, or anything else, come and join us. We want to take over a deck of the Spirit of Baltimore. $65. You can contact, must book before August 28th to get that price. If you do not have your ticket before August 28th, you will be paying full price for the cruise. Excuse me. So make sure you get in on Voyage in Blue. I want to jump on real quick and talk about the few hot topics I have. Let me finish the positive story I was telling you about Gordon, whose wife put his ashes in a bottle with $2 and a note, okay, saying that he loved to travel. So she sent him traveling with this note and the money was for someone to call home to tell her where he landed. So he started in Big Pine Key in March 2012 and went to Islamorada, where someone found him. They added a note and sent him traveling again. He landed on the beach in Key Colony. Judy, the hotel owner, called the wife in Tennessee who was excited to know of Gordon's travels. Judy added her note, put him in a rum bottle, okay, to add a little fun to his trip with 3 notes and added another $1 in case his travels took him long distance and a long distance call was needed. They're having a memorial service and a celebration of his life on their beach. This was on July 8th before sending him off into his travels again. So that was a beautiful story. Thank you, Judy, the hotel owner down there in Florida, who saw Gordon traveling and just decided to make his trip a little bit more fun. I also want to talk about the Atlanta Child's Lemonade Stand that raised $13,000 for immigrant children separated from their parents. $13,000. Kids, helping to take care of kids. Need I say more on that? Okay. But before everybody gets all lost in the sauce, oh, they raised that for immigrants. What about the kids here? These kids went where their heart and their spirit took them. So do not blame the kids for picking what you would not have picked. Okay. Yes, we've got kids in foster care. We've got kids that are orphaned. We've got kids that are getting kicked out of the foster care system. We got kids that are homeless on the street. We got kids that haven't eaten. There are so many causes out there. And we have so many people that need to get up off their butt and stop waiting for people to do for them and get out there and do for somebody else. There we go. I'm just going to leave it alone at that. The other one is about a mom in DC, okay? And the story is called It Takes a Village. And it takes a village to raise a child. And this team felt that support on prom night when the police department bought him a suit and helped him get to prom in a Porsche. He was not abandoned by parents, but his parents were drug addicts. He was a product of drug addicts and so on and so forth. So there was a lot that was going on in his life, but he was always one that would give of himself. His mom was homeless, so his first guardian angel took him into her home and gave him a place of safety. So the police also played a role. This young man's name is Brandon. They helped get him into mentorship programs, which kept him off the streets, which allowed him to do the things that he's been doing, allowed him to go to prom. The neighborhood raised this boy. Okay, so they made sure he had a suit. They made sure he had all the things he needed to take his date to prom, and he went to prom in style with a police escort. Thank you very much. Okay, anyway, moving on. The other hot topic, and everybody has seen this video, and the video is of the family that was fighting at Toontown in Disneyland. This has been a very, very hot topic. Now, people have given their opinions. People have talked about A, B, C, D, and E. Now, let's look at it from the beginning real quick. When the video, you got a piece of the video. When the video started, nobody knew that this was family. This was a mother, a son, and two other family members. I don't know if they were sisters, cousins, aunts. I have no clue. All right. But how the argument ensued was petty, basically. I don't think anybody, if somebody intentionally spit on somebody or whatever the case may be, and shoes were stepped on, whoop-de-dee, shoes were stepped on. Get some shoe cleaner, clean your shoes, okay? But what made this video so poignant was the fact that this grown man, he knocked down all three women. He boxed two of the women. One of the women he knocked down, the first woman he knocked down was his mother, without a care in the world, and then wanted to go back and flip over her electric wheelchair. Okay? The second person, who was basically trying to, I don't know if it was engage or stop him, he clocked her. And then the next one, who was trying to separate him from the other family member, he turned around and went Sugar Ray Leonard on her. Okay, and I'm talking uppercuts and the whole 9 yards. He went to town on this girl, okay? All while the babies were screaming and crying and they were trying to pull the kids away and so on and so forth. Nobody in Toontown knew what to do with this except bring out their phones, okay? The police got there. By the time the Disney security got to it, they were confused as to what was going on. When the man started swinging on the other lady, Sugar Ray Leonard, they put him in a chokehold to stop him. Okay, and he still wanted to fight. When they got him down to the ground and he just finally kind of relaxed, he crossed his legs and waited for them to release him so he could get back up and storm off in another direction. No care for the kids, no care for his mother, no care for any other family member because he was mad. Now, they were asked to leave the park. At this point, criminal charges are pending, and they pretty much have been banned from Disneyland. Okay? Now, I don't know if that's every Disneyland, in Disney World and Universal Studios, but they cannot go back to that one. Why? What was the purpose of you acting like that? What made you so upset that you couldn't just step outside of Disneyland and carry that on? Because the police would have got there one way or the other. Okay? But that, and I really need y'all's opinions. I need y'all to go over to the 50 Shades of Blue site and 50 Shades of Blue page. And I need you to look at this video and I need you to give some insight. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are you thinking? Because on top of that, we just had in San Francisco another young man who was racially profiled waiting for someone to let him in a building. And the man's son knew who he was, but he couldn't convince his father to just move on. So dad calls the police. Dad is, saying that he would do this for any of the other people in the building, and that's what he does. Now, when the lady came up, who he was waiting for, he called her by name. He did not question her. She doesn't even she lives out of town and was coming to the building, but he let her in. Okay, so it was a very, very troubling situation in what was happening there. The man felt he was racially profiled. I mean, a lot of us feel that he was racially profiled because this man was he basically, when the police got there live, okay, everything was on camera. He said that this man threatened his life and this, that, and the other, but if you watch the film, nobody's life was threatened. The man who was being racially profiled pulled out his phone as a precaution to protect himself so that he wouldn't be accused of something that he didn't do. And this is what this man did. And of course, this man denied that he ever said that, but of course, it's on the film. And then and then to come back and say that he didn't mean to put him in the situation, but he had a family member or a friend that was killed, by a stranger who was waiting at the door and this, that. Okay, so he said this story and he felt that this man was going to fit this profile. And he didn't even know him. He didn't even know the lady that was coming up to meet him, but he opened the door for her. Now, mind you, she was in a wheelchair, but that shouldn't play any part into it. It's the fact that he didn't even know her, but he let her in. Okay, so the other thing that we're seeing more and more and more and more and more of this. They just this morning were talking about an African American woman who was asked to deboard the plane. She was going on a trip to the island. She was asked to deboard a plane to cover up her bra. She apparently was wearing her, I guess, bikini top on the plane going to the island. And a lot of people are giving their opinion about this. But let's understand this. The person who asked her to cover up was another African American woman. Go and read that story, okay? So we've got to check ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, is basically what I'm saying. If you need help, if you're not sure which way to go or what else, ask somebody, okay? We're not telling you don't go out there and be your unique self, but there's nothing wrong with asking for a little help. We've got the situation with the 17-year-old who was killed by a man who didn't like rap music. So he goes in the store and he stabs his boy and he slits his throat all over rap music. He's known to have mental issues, but was recently released from prison. Our system is screwed, guys. Our system is screwed. There's so many other stories that are out there. You can start from Capitol Hill on down with the lies and the deceit and all of this. But I spoke with my youngest son last night. My husband and I spoke with our youngest son last night in regards to if he understood what narcissist was and gaslighting, because he turned around and asked, "What is a narcissist?" So we gave him the definition, but then I gave him, that life, real world outside of the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition. And then I explained gaslighting, because we as American citizens are being gaslighted every day. Many Americans are under the spell of a narcissist. And when that narcissist does something wrong, you look the other way. Guess what? That's sometimes what victims do because of a love situation. That's the best thing for me. I don't know anything else. Y'all was smart before you got in that office. Now everybody's dumb. Okay? To badmouth other people right in their face and not even think twice about it. To break friendships that break off with allies that have been doing this country a world of good, and then turn around and badmouth them the next day. These are all indications and symptoms of a narcissist. This man has narcissistic personality disorder, but don't nobody want to tell that to him. Let's just praise him and keep him happy. No, that is adding to the warped mentality that is going on in Capitol Hill. Because too many people think they're privileged because they hold a seat of power. That seat of power is governed by the citizens of this country, not by the person sitting in it. Let me say that again. The power in this chair or those chairs are governed by the citizens of this country, not by the person sitting in the chair. You had to vote them in there. You can vote them the heck out. And that is what needs to happen. You're going to be hearing vote, 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 vote a lot in the next several months, because it is imperative that you go, you research, and understand what is going on, because it's all money. It's all business deals. It's all, what can I do to line my pockets? Have you all not noticed that? Or is it that, are you just blatantly that blind that you don't care? Your health care. Have you noticed that celery, that the stalks of celery that used to cost just $2.99 are darn near $5 now? Have you not noticed the price of food going up? Have you not noticed gas creeping up? Have you not noticed the things that you take for granted on a daily basis cost you more every day? Living in this country costs more than an arm and a leg. More than an arm and a leg. And for a little itty bit of space, when you're paying almost $1,100 for 856 square feet of space, something is wrong. And then everybody's crying, go get a house, go get a house. Well, mortgages are not anywhere, especially in the state of Maryland, below $1,600. $1,600. But our cost of living does not meet that. We are surrounded by cities and states where their cost of living meets their cost of living is compensated by the amount of pay so people can live. You can't even live. You got to decide whether to eat oodles and noodles or whether to eat bologna. When you know you have a taste for something else and you can't get it because it's either pay your rent or be on the street. Daycare is outrageously priced. A lot of things that we do these days are ridiculously priced. And a lot of people don't care. A lot of people are, well, that's just the way it is. No, that's not the way it should be. Our healthcare is ridiculous. Our own personal insurance is ridiculous. Owning a car is ridiculous. Driving on the road is ridiculous. Half of the things that you need to do in your life are nowhere near your house. If you can't get on a bus, or if the bus is a mile away, the bus stop, and not going to bring it closer to your house, you have to either wake up at dark 30 and come home in the middle of the night and barely get any sleep to go out and do it again. And that's what's happening with a lot of people in New York and on the East Coast and on the West Coast. Especially in New York, you got people that live way outside of New York City and travel almost 3 hours a day to get to work and do the same thing going home just so they don't have to sit in traffic. I'm just saying. It's starting to get ridiculous, and we just need to grab a hold of it, especially in our African American community. We need to stop downplaying and looking at those, especially those of us in small business that have businesses, and stop looking at us like we're trying to sham you. We are doing business just like they're doing business, but you've been so, what's the word I want? You've been so conditioned to not look at your own culture and not think that it's not trying to steal from you. That's how conditioned you are. You're conditioned to think that we're stealing from you, but everybody else that's stealing from you is doing you good. That's how conditioned you are. That's what society has done. And then society gets mad when the one or two or three or several people who are hip to the game figure it out and want to let you know. Next thing you know, they start disappearing. They start going bye-bye. You don't hear from them ever again because the people are not using their platforms for what they're for. They're using their platforms to build their pockets, to line their pockets, and screw you if you're not in the same mindset. Sorry, I don't buy that. If you are following Lady Blue, I am doing what I need to do for you. God will see what else needs to be done. God will supply everything else that I need in order to get it done. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this to educate you, to bring that knowledge to you so that you don't step out there blind. Oh, I didn't know. Let me go Google that. Okay, Google it and then go find the book on it and read it because somebody put it in print. Get your library skills back up. Stop looking at the phone for all of your knowledge and all of your news. Yes, news is a pain in the butt, but pick a day, watch the news, see what's going on, be informed, read a newspaper, do something that is media related so that you are up to date on what you need to be updated on. and you're not walking into situations blind, because we're experiencing it on a daily basis. And I'm telling y'all now, right now, even I have experienced that racial disparity. My son has experienced that racial disparity. I see it every day on the bus. I see it every day on the street. I see it every day when I'm going to work and I'm picking up the phone and these people are hooting and hollering and yelling and trying their best not to say something stupid, but they end up saying something stupid anyway, not knowing who's on the other end of the phone. When you get somebody that picks up a phone and says, I don't want to speak to you because you're black, how do you know? You on the phone. How do you know? You don't know that I'm black. You have no clue. If you'd like for me to go ghetto, I can do that, but there's no need. I'm educated. My parents sent me to school. I decided to educate myself, so. But when somebody calls up and says, don't send me a black cop, send me, come on. I don't want a black ambulance driver. I don't want a black doctor. I don't want this, that, and the other. And they need to be the only ones available to save your butt. Let me leave it there. Because I'll start getting heated under the collar. Okay? Social media is brainwashing people. And if you're not hip, don't share everything. Click on it. Click on the person sending it and go look, because you will find that a lot of these people, their accounts are fake, or they have nothing on there and they're just trying to get your information. Remember, there's a difference between a follower and a vulture. There's a difference between a follower and a vulture. If you don't know what a vulture is, go look it up, because some of your followers are vultures and they're only there in order to steal from you, to take what they consider slim pickings. Okay? So I'm going to leave that at that. All right? Because I could go on and on. Y'all know. Make sure you get your tickets for Voyage in Blue. Make sure you keep up with Lady Blue on Beautiful Blue for all your skincare and summer needs. On Lady Blue radio page, Lady Blue Talk Radio, Lady Blue Positive, 50 Shades of Blue Baltimore, Covenant Connection. There's a show here for everybody on WMSKOnlineradio.com. So if, we're always looking for jazz, gospel, entertainment, fashion, Latin, Caribbean, community, other types of shows. So if you or someone you know are interested, please email us at WMSKOnlineradio@gmail.com, because we want to hear from you, the leader in talk radio. Make sure you use that hashtag, WMSKGrind. I hope you all have had fun today. I want to thank my special calling guest, Dr. Chambers Harris, who is Isfahan, who just enlightened us all about hair care, skin care, and the origin of her name, which is just absolutely beautiful. Her first name is of Iranian origin, and her middle name is from Ethiopian origin. So, hey, come on, y'all. Learn who's around you, who's doing these things around you. Thank you, Lamore Lifestyle PR, for scheduling that guest for me. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Make sure you're here every Thursday from 9 to 11 a.m. Download the free app so you can take us on the go. Join me here tomorrow with my husband, Victor Major, for Covenant Connection from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We've got a great topic for you. I want to thank family, supporters, friends. Make sure that you're following me and you're keeping up with me. Especially, I want to see you all in blue on the Voyage in Blue aboard the Spirit of Baltimore. If you have questions, call me, reach out to me, hit me on my Facebook page, something, so we can make sure that we get you your ticket. I want to see everybody on this boat supporting awareness for domestic violence, especially in the Baltimore area, because I learned as of today, from January to June of 2019, 46 people in the state of Maryland have passed away from domestic violence, and we need to speak up. Other than that, get outside, live out loud, get your blessings, get what you can, and share with somebody else, because you may be the only Bible that they get for the day. And as I always say here, weeping may endure for a night, but joy, it does come in the morning. I'm here on Facebook Live, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Blastfy, my website, ladyblue1.com. Just reach out if you've got a story you want me to share, blog about, anything of that nature. Let me know. I'll gladly share it. If you're looking for exposure opportunity, hit me up. I've got a great exposure package that will not break your bank account. And we've got so much more going on. Guys, Have a fantastic, fantastic weekend. And we will be back here to do this next week. I love you all. Peace. All right, love bugs. Appreciate you. Remember, help stay there because life will pass you by if you do. Need anything from me? Lipstick, hair, skin care, makeup, cosmetic, body care, hit me up. I am on a goal reach. I need 20 people who need hand care, lotion. Everybody needs lotion. Okay, so 20 people. So reach out to me. We'll get you your lotion and get you taken care of. And it's a dual purpose lotion, so it's not just for your hands. You can also use this system for your feet. So reach out to me. Let's get you taken care of. Enjoy your weekend. I love you all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
I confess, SOS, I need you daily. My God, who will help these babies? I've been in the body so long, I think you better know. I thought you was putting out the flame, but it was came from the sun. That's over my head, give me stress all day long. They won't let me rest, it's on my chest. I ain't that strong. I need a light now. And one to my back. Get to the wall now. Done all that I can do. I prayed in prayer, went to every service like I know how. Just to shoot without a spell. I'm lost with that. Joy. I need. I do, but to tell the truth, sometimes I don't. But getting out my will, it's all about what you want. Family used to be first, getting worse in my home. My brother is hurt, pleading a word to follow. I need life right now, and one to my back against the wall now. Doing all that I can do, I pray in prayer, went to every service like I know how. Just to shoot without a spell, I'm lost without you. God, it's been time. All day. I just can't make it if I don't have you. Lord, I need a little help now, see. I'm feeling left out, I can't tell my right from my left now. My mama's crying, my daddy's dying, he got pains all in his chest now. My daughter's having these nightmares. I might be wrong, but I'm right here, yeah. I'm trying to hold on, though my head's hurt on the ropes out, because when life fights, it don't fight fair, so I'm leaning on these quotes now, and I got hope, but slow now, so I'm leaning on these quotes now, like never leave. Won't forsake. You gonna help me? I don't fake it. We back, pull up, we pull up when we on the bunk up. I'm talking about that man, motherfucker, rolling up. Let go. Pull up.